Stream's back. Alright, we're back. Let me, make a new, talkback mic thing here. Drag you up. Vocals. Talkback. Here we go. Awesome. So, let's do this header. Yeah. So welcome to the stream. It is, you know what? Let's turn this way down and then let's compress this like to fuck. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. And let's turn the clipping down. All right. Yeah, there's our talkback mic. So welcome to the stream. I'm gonna be over here in this corner here. So yeah, let me start the it is 6 p.m. Let me start my cue cards. Ooh. Come on. Do it. There we go. All right. So, welcome to the stream. It is Friday. It is April 5th, 2019. As you can tell, I'm still a little bit congested. I took last Sunday off because I was sick in bed. I was so unable to stream. I try not to miss too many streams, but it's been happening more and more because I've just been stressed because I've been overworked and I don't know when to rest. So, I'm back, and I'm gonna take it light this time. I might track a hook, but it's obviously gonna be preliminary. I'm not gonna try that hard. If anyone showed up 10 minutes ago, I sang the first verse and chorus of Love Song by Sarah Bareilles. Just to warm up, and I nailed that, but then my voice is cracking on middle finger, so I don't know what the hell's going on. Anyway, so, updates. There is a new PAR4. There's a new entry of Etc. Reverse at case.dog/crow/4. And that is a 2-pager. So there's 2 audio entries for that. Let's see. And you should go check that out. My friend and someone that Kylie and a few others recommended to me, Penny, voices a character in that. Originally, it was just going to be a bit part for that entry, but I'll see if people like that character. I might bring them back. Let's see. In Discord, I updated the way that roles work a little bit. You can go and request roles to get certain kinds of notifications from the news chat, because I post a lot of shit. I don't know if you noticed this. I pretty much have, like, I didn't want to be at everyone multiple times every day. So now I have roles for patrons, for like different levels of Patreon tiers, and also viewers for people who want stream notifications, and for etcetrians for people who want Etc.verse notifications. You can also choose your pronoun tags, and that puts the little thing in your thing when anyone clicks your name, they can see what pronouns you go by. There's also a not safe for work role that I'm thinking that I'm gonna make a dummy chat with another one of those role reaction things to get into the not safe for work chat, and I'm gonna have that little mini chat be open to patrons, because chances are, if you have a way to pay money, you're probably over legal age in your country. So I can just give you an opt-in through that, and you don't have to prove anything to me or a mod or anybody. So that's how that's working. On Sunday, I might have Jared in here, Rover Red, Ace Alpha, Horse Flop from the chat. He might be a regular feature on my Sunday streams, so we might start the Sunday stream just by jamming a little bit before I work on stuff. So that'll be fun. And I may be shuffling some Patreon tiers coming up because now I do more stuff than just, you know, now I do more stuff than just music, and I feel like some changes are warranted to kind of bring the Patreon in line with all of the other stuff I'm doing and make it a more cohesive thing. Yeah, I mean, if anyone pledges to Patreon right now, you'll get all the perks. Like, patrons get access to the last 3 of my releases right away. If you pledge $2, you get access to all of the instrumentals and all of the bonus tracks right away. If you pledge to the Lunatic tier, you get access to the VIP chat. If you pledge into the Mixers tier, you get into all of the stems. You can go through the links and download all of the fucking stems. And that's all available right now. I might change up what some of them. I'm not going to take anything away from any of the tiers. I'm just going to try to add things and maybe change some prices and find some middle grounds, like between tiers where I can offer the same stuff. But yeah. Then the only other thing left to do is a fan art showcase. So last stream I did this thing where, which is it? Yeah. Oh, there's my mic. Awesome. Okay, so I've been doing this thing on Fridays called the Fan Art Showcase. If you draw me fan art in the Discord chat, or you post it on Twitter and at me, I will throw it into this thing. But I got a couple things to show you here. So I put out a dummy. It was April Fool's earlier this week, and I put out a dummy thing for April Fool's Day on AKB, and it was just literally Carcat coming in to record and doing the like, I don't know why I keep doing this, and then I had fucking Jupiter Jericho show up and just fucking suck him into the harmonic void, and so oh boy, I should have the finder up so I can read off the names. But this was Dirk in the chat, I believe, Sawed Off Sondheim on Twitter. Drew this. It's just and Jupiter talking back and forth. Eon did the fucking you Eon Complex did this. And speaking of that, Eon Complex also drew JC and Casey from the Etceteraverse. So that's fun. What else? So Jax did, Jax from the chat, who's a newcomer in the chat, who I think joined last week, just drew this cool, like, almost Sonic-y looking, like, Jupiter Jericho. I dig it. I dig this sketchy. I dig that, that expression there. That winged eyeliner look going on there. So thank you, Jax. And then Wilk designed their own fucking Drek. And they did 2 color schemes. I'm not sure. This is definitely Sunlight. I'm not sure which color scheme this is, and I do not remember. Either Haley or Casey, do you remember what bird they said this was? I can look in the Discord chat really quick, just to make sure. Fucking love that Drek. I know they said something about a cassowary, but I don't know if this is actually a cassowary. Lady Amherst? I think. The Sunlight one is a pheasant. Okay, so there's a pheasant, there's a Lady Amherst. They said something about a cassowary And cassowaries are just cool dino-looking birds. But I really dig this. The rules for Drek is, if you go look up bucket and cone on Wikipedia, you'll find a drawing of this Anunnaki servant holding a pine cone or a palm flower or something and pollinating some flowers with it. And they have this this kind of accentuated, muscular, bionicle-looking structure on their arms and legs. And basically, the rules for Drex is that they have scales on the insides of their arms and legs that are one kind of iridescent color, and then they have wings that are a different kind of iridescent pattern, and then those patterns have different color palettes for whether they're receiving moonlight, sunlight, or earthlight. And that's the rules for Drex. Why can't I remember names? Okay, and then Wilk also drew this sketch of the back of their Drek. And I love the innate personality that bird characters just have. If you give something like a bird head and a beak and wings, it's just got this, like, fuck you, kind of like it's impossible to draw, like, a bird character with enough detail and not have it have some amount of fuck you to it. Like, even the ones that are, like, small and round, when, like, if you ever see a video, like, one that's small and round, like, it like, turns its head to you, and, like, the only thing you could think is, fuck you! Like, you know, it's just being like, fuck you! Like, I love birds. I love birds so much. My favorite bird is the go-away bird, which just sounds like it's saying, go away! But, yeah. Thank you to Wilk. Thank you to Sawed Off Sondheim, Dirk in the chat. Thank you to Eon for doing both the meme and the etc. reverse art. And that's it for the fan art showcase for this week here. I'm still in the intro. Awesome. All right, so I don't really need that, do I? Yeah, I'm over here now. What classifies as Earthlight? So, find the bland, like, okay, I would say, Earthlight is like the kind of animal you would find in the tall grass at the beginning of a Pokemon game. Sunlight would be the shiny version of that. And then Moonlight would be like the version of the same type, or like a different Pokemon of the same type that you would find later that's just better. That's the way that I would kind of describe the relation between them. Earthlight should be your kind of like generic bird. I'm just gonna let me show you the J family really quick, because I can show you what my logic was. Can I make a new window? Yes, I can make a new window. Okay, let's go to Chrome. Let's make Chrome big. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's go to Jace. Oh no, that's a team. Okay, let's go to wiki species. I spelled that terribly because I couldn't see what I was doing. All right, wiki species. Look at this fucker. Look at this fucking bacteria. What goddamn year is it? Garrulus glondarius. Yeah, okay. So, in the J family, the Corvidae, there's, well, let's just go to Google. Eurasian J. These are also called kakesu, which is where I get my name from. So this is like, you know, I have a fursona, and my fursona is this color scheme, and I kind of just chose, and my, like, fursona is like a bland dog with a blue highlight, but it just so happened, oh, look at this little fat one. Round. Drek look different depending on the light being shown on them? Yeah. Yeah, basically. What classifies as Earthlight? It's a different dimension. So they communicate, like, that's just kind of terms. It actually refers to mood. They communicate their emotional spectrum or the angle they want you to see of them by changing the color that is reflecting off of them, basically. That's how Drek work. And there's 3 of them. They have 3 different, like, color schemes that... Is that a fucking electron shell? Oh, yeah. Well, fuck. Anyway, so this is an Earthlight, and this would be, like, you know, the default, like, bird. And then Blue Jay, like, this is extravagant. This is when a Drek wants to go extra. They go into sunlight. When a Drek wants to be, you know, the opposite of extra in the opposite direction, basically, they go into moonlight form, and then Jupiter's moonlight form is based on the Stellar's J, which is fucking cool. But yeah. Sunlight, Earthlight, and Moonlight are really just terms of, it's the emotional spectrum, it's the expressive spectrum that they want to display at a certain time, basically. And that's how Drek work. But yeah. So, I've been working on this track here. It's not really a track. I just kind of made a weird loop and then tried to build some stuff around this loop, and I'm probably going to mess with the bass lines and the drum lines and stuff like that on stream so I can figure the rhythms out. But let's play this. Let's play this beat. It's pretty clavvy. I mean, Kirill lives in, like, a literal fucking, like, ruined mausoleum, so... Oh, fuck. And then, yeah, so, and then it basically follows that pattern, does it one more time, and then does another chorus, another hook. And I have sort of a hook for this. It's Dick Sweet, 1818. I think, I don't know, I could start screaming, or I could wait until you're down here, Haley. Okay, here I go for real. Alright. Then I'll wait. Then I can give a couple more updates. So let me go to Redbubble really quick. And I can show you what I'm cooking up. That's not what I wanted to do. Come on. Dead air, let me tell you. So if you go to case.dog/t, I do believe it's either T or T's. Yeah, if you go to case.dog/t, you can go get my custom tea on Adagio tea. If you want a $5 coupon to redeem on a sample tin of this tea, I can give you a $5 coupon so you can get some free sample tin of my tea. Yeah. Like that, just like that. They just give you $5 off. You can get a fucking $5 sample tin. Usually they send you an extra sample too. Goddamn. Lucid Moonlight is Earl Grey. Earl Grey vanilla with chocolate, cinnamon, and hazelnut. Some Insight is green tea chai, crabapple green tea chai. Strange Things is, I believe, chocolate mint pu'er. Yeah, chocolate mint pu'er, and then Unused Rhymes is really fruity. It's got peach, strawberry, blood orange, with mango, lavender, and apricot pieces added. So yeah. There's more, but they're private, and they're coming up in a merch tier that I'm going to be launching on Patreon within the next 2 months. So look out for that. Okay, that's still not logging me in yet, has it? Oh well. Redbubble doesn't want to cooperate. That's fine. I'm putting new shirts out. They have Jupiter Jericho on them. That'll be a couple weeks. And then pretty soon I'm going to run a merch contest if people want to design stuff specifically for specifically for Redbubble merch. I will get you, you know, that with it on it, plus some sample tees, plus a mug with either your design or another design of your choice on it, plus a physical copy of whatever High M Case album you want, signed. That'll be the merch contest, and I'll be getting more details about that soon. Alright, that's what happens when I just have extra time. Are you here?
I'm here.
Is that door locked?
Yeah.
Wait, do you not have a...
What?
No, it's not.
I thought you meant the back door.
No, I thought you meant the... Oh my god, there's strawberry water. Thank you so much.
I love you.
Love you too.
Yeah.
Haley, sir. So welcome to the stream. Now the party is officially started. I have watermelon water. Oh god.
Sorry, it took me a bit. I ran into Casey, scared the shit out
Oh
of
my
her.
god.
I opened the door right when she was opening the door. She's like, ah!
Yeah, Spoonie also has like tea based on their characters. I'm actually thinking of rebranding the Adagio tea so they have Etc. characters on them, because they definitely are. Like this is JC, and this is Casey. This is like the Jupiter Jericho. This is my persona tea. I call this my persona tea regularly. Anyway, I'm drink my watermelon water.
The Persona tea is very good. That's the only one I've ever had.
I also think that's super good. Like it's based, like I don't know. I've had all of them. I like all of these teas, but I would definitely recommend Lucid Moonlight if you want to get like a sample. Okay, Red Bull's still not loading. All right, I'm just gonna go back to recording. Also, did you see the what's on the screen? It's my cue cards.
Hell yeah.
So that's timed.
Nice.
Yeah, so it tells me when to move to the next thing.
That's so convenient.
Yeah, you have no idea. Okay, does anybody know of any app that just allows you to set like just cue cards on timers? Because it's impossible to set, like, I have to go through, like, a weird, like, PowerPoint, workaround, and it's not fun. But, I got my cue cards working. I'm trying to figure out an easier way to do that, because I had to rig it up. Okay, I have a hook for this. I'm gonna try a couple ways to arrange these stanzas. And also see if I need to pitch shift this at all. To be able to get in key. Okay.
And AXES unsaid, and AXES unsaid, but done and heard. You
Okay.
and AXES unsaid, unseen, but done and heard.
Okay.
AXES unsaid, unseen, but heard. You are the universe. God might show you the earth, but we live on Jupiter. AXES are done and heard in a 45 guy playing major thirds. Not just a pawn or a dog or a player, but
Okay. These are, fucking out of order.
and AXES unsaid, unseen, but done and heard. God might show you the earth.
Okay. AXES unsaid, unseen, but done and heard. Alright. AXES unsaid, unseen, but AXES unsaid, AXES unsaid, unseen, but done and heard. 45 gap playing major thirds. Life might show you the earth, but God gave you Jupiter. AXES unsaid, unseen. You are the universe. God might show. No. Fuck. All of these, like, lines are out of order to, like, how I hear them in my head.
45 gap playing major thirds. Unsaid's unseen but done and heard. Unsaid's unseen but done and heard. Welcome, what is gender? Welcome, also welcome Felix and Graceland and MX Mystic and Torin. Missed all you guys. It's been an entire week since I've streamed last. God. I'm so caught up with my cue cards and shit, I forgot to welcome everybody. Alright, let's hope I can come up with an order for these lyrics. Unsaid's unseen but done and heard. 45 gap playing major thirds. The stage shows you the earth. We live on Jupiter. Axes and done and heard. A 45 gap playing major thirds. Not. Okay. Unsaid, unseen, but done and heard. 45 gap playing major thirds. This stage shows you the earth, but we live on Jupiter. Axes are done and heard. A 45 gap playing major thirds. Not a pawn or a dog or a player. You are the universe. God shows you the earth, but God gave me Jupiter. Okay. I feel like I could lower all of this. Unsaid, unseen, but done and heard. 45 gap playing major thirds. This stage shows you the earth, but we live on Jupiter. Axes are done and heard. 45 gap playing major thirds. Not a pawn or a dog or a player. You are the universe. God shows you the earth, but God gave me Jupiter. Okay. I think that's... if I can come up with a melody. Unsaid, unseen, but done and heard. Unsaid, unseen, but done and heard. A 45 gap playing major thirds. Unsaid, unseen but done and heard. 45 guy playing major thirds. Unsaid, unseen but done and heard. 45 guy playing major thirds. This stage shows you the earth, but we live on Jupiter. AXES and done and heard. 45 guy playing major thirds. Not a pawn.
Okay. All right, let's knock these down again, just to see if I can get it within range of something I can sing.
Unsaid, unseen, but done and heard. 45 cat playing major thirds. This stage shows you the earth, but we live on Jupiter. AXES and done and heard. 45 cat playing major thirds. Not a pawn or a player or a dog. You are the universe. Wow. God shows you the earth. But God made me Jupiter.
Huh. Been trying to release an album, but my instrumentals bailed? Your like, did they grow legs and walk off? Where'd they go? What the hell? You gotta tie those fuckers down. What happened? I'm so sorry. No, that same shit's happened to me before. There was a song I was like just getting ready to put out, and then I lost the project file for it because the drive it was on just decided not to do its thing anymore. Are your instrumentals running? Go fucking catch them then.
You better go catch him. That was like,
oh, the person who does your... Oh, I'm sorry.
aw.
That sucks.
That was my favorite joke as a kid.
God.
Unsaid, unseen, but done and heard.
My phone died. So, hope that's plugged in. Let's make sure. Yeah, it is. Alright. Well, there goes my lyrics. One day I'll find a melody for this. What do I got? What's the verdict? It's starting. I might be getting a new phone tomorrow. Not new, but my dad's upgrading his phone, probably, and I will get a better phone than this, which means I might be able to post more like just like candid videos, and that would be fun. All right, here we go. Whoa! Unsaid, unseen, but done and heard. A 45 guy playing major thirds. But we live on Jupiter. AXES and done and heard. A 45 guy playing major thirds. Not a pawn, a player, or a dog. No, you're the universe. God shows all you the earth. God made me Jupiter.
cat playing major thirds upon the player of a dog. No, you are the universe, 'cause God shows you the earth, but God made me Jupiter.
I'm gonna take out some syllables and see what happens.
In AXES unseen but done and heard, 45 cat plays major third. Your soul shows you the earth, but we live on Jupiter. Unsaid, unseen, but
Okay.
he's unseen but done and heard. 45 cat plays major thirds. The soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. Unsaid, unseen, but
Okay, AXES unseen. Okay, I'll have one be unseen and then one unsaid. This is some meta shit.
AXES unseen but done and heard. 45 cat plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. AXES unsaid but heard.
Okay, AXES unsaid. AXES unseen, but done and heard.
Axes unseen but done in hurt. A 45 got plays major hurts. Axes unseen but done and heard. 45 got plays major third. Your soul shows you planet Earth, dances on Jupiter. Axes unset and inferred are bound in a major third. Not a pawn or a player or a dog, no, you are the universe. God shows you planet Earth, and that God made me Jupiter. Right. Axes unseen but done and heard. 45 gap plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. Axes unset and inferred are bent in a major third. Not a pawn or a player or a dog, no, you are the universe. God shows you planet Earth, and that God made me Jupiter. Alright. What? Okay, let's bring this down just one more semitone. And I feel like I could just kill it. Axes unseen but done and heard. A 45 got plays major thirds. The soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. Axes unset and inferred are bent in a major third. Not a pawn, a player or a dog, no, you are the universe. God shows you planet Earth, God gave me Jupiter. Right. So, the idea behind this is separation of different planes of consciousness in the harmonic series and relating those between other things in the physical world that separate themselves across the harmonic series. Jesus talked a lot about the kingdom of heaven, a place where primordial things that make up thoughts and ideals just kind of float around in ether space, in like an abstract concept of stuff. And like the kingdom of heaven is the thing that is always to come. Like it never gets here. Can't, by definition. It is always the thing that is in the future. The future, as we define it, will never get here because it is the future. We can get to a point, but then by the time that point gets here, it is now, and the future is the future still. Cannot be the present moment. So that's the point of the whole like kingdom of heaven thing. The kingdom of heaven is like Jesus has like a few different ways to put this in the Bible. Like I think it's this how it goes. If a farmer sells all of his shit and buys enough stuff to do buys enough stuff for crops and stuff and like sits around because he knows that when the crops grow he's gonna have a bunch of food and a bunch of stuff and make a bunch of money off of it. But right now, in the now, he doesn't have that money. He's giving a bunch away, right? And just kind of hoping for the best. But that state that he's living in of like the best that he's hoping for is the thing that is to come, right? So my idea of that is our abstract ideals. The voice thing is so distracting. Oh, is that the phase? I can turn that off. So my thing is that abstract ideals are kind of in a nebulous space. Like we have
there's like us, there's the ground we walk on, there's like the horizon that separates, you know, from the ground we walk on to the sky, basically. And when we the horizon is something that we can never reach because it is always in front of us. It is always just a line that's there in the distance, and it can only be in the distance. You can't be at the horizon. Basically, I kind of see that concept as being the perfect fifth, like the division between the above and below of the octave, and that we are in the major third, which is like the most comfortable place to be in between the perfect fifth, where everything's just going and all the energy is. And in our solar system with 8 planets, the 5th planet is also the biggest one with most of the energy, and it's just a bunch of fucking swirling electromagnetic storms and shit, in a land full of different layers of clouds. And it's goddamn blue and gold, right? And so I tend to associate planet Jupiter with the kingdom of heaven as just like, fucking look at it. Look at it. Tell me there aren't gods there. It's Cloudland, come on. And so I like to say, if you live on Jupiter, you live in the place of the archetypal sparks of ideas, more so than you live in the like now of context of the confines of your current you know, your current situation or current location. So and I think that's especially true now when because people don't develop like from the ground up as much as they develop on the internet with a bunch of knowledge. And then you kind of have to, instead of being a plant growing up and learning things, you kind of have to be like lightning, constantly striking down to like figure out where on the earth you're gonna hit, right? So I figure that our generation lives on Jupiter, because our generation lives from the top down rather than the bottom up. God, I love watermelon. Watermelon flesh, watermelon rind, and oh, it's got lemon juice in it. That's how it doesn't go bad. Nice. That makes sense. I'm gonna oh wait, I was gonna see if I can't drink it now, but I was gonna see if well, I don't have the destiny, like,
oh.
I was gonna see if that fit in it.
Be a little loose.
Yeah. Anyway, another reason I like Jupiter is, you know, I have a persona that ended up being the colors that Jupiter was once we got to look at it up close. My name is Joran Peter, and when I write, like, just the JP, like, abbreviated when I sign things, it just looks like a curvy Jupiter symbol. And that was before I really, like, got into Jupiter, so I just figured, like, this is my planet. It's mine. It's also, I believe, the ruling planet of Sagittarius. And like 4 or 5 of my planets are in Sagittarius, like astrologically, so. I am this universe's archetypal Sagittarian rooster. My Jupiter is actually in Scorpio. So, fuck. Welcome, Night of Night.
Cross streamer.
All right, let's try to.
AXES unseen but done and heard. A 45 cap plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but
Okay. Drunk furries.
Yeah. Why? You wanna see?
Maybe? Ooh, is that Ian's ferret?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I converted someone to furry. I fucking, because I already had a hotel room at MFF, they moved in, after we booked the hotel room already. And I was like, do you guys just want to go to MFF? Because I need people for this hotel room that I already booked. And you were like, sure.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that your friend who was in Chicago for the first time, just didn't want to, like, they were in Chicago and they were like, I want to hang out with you guys and get Chicago pizza because Chicago. And we were like, well, we're in Chicago because of a furry convention. And he was like, well, I guess fuck it.
Yeah.
And then he went to this convention and was like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. We got drunk a little bit. Apparently after he got back from his work trip or whatever, like, apparently there was some other thing in fucking Pittsburgh, which is closer to where he lives, and his friend was like, hey, do you want to go to Anthrocon? And he was just like, well, fucking sure.
And then he messages me like, hey, can you design me a fursona? I'm still not a furry. And I'm like, sure. Just like, am I allowed to do whatever? Yeah, okay.
And so, yeah, and you just keep going to furry conventions and you just pull other fucking people into your orbit and make them furries. That's how it works. Or bird furry is popular in the furry community. I mean, there's a few. There's actually a Stellar's J furry that I know, that I follow on Twitter. So, like, there's relatively few. But if you think about, like, how many species are there on the planet, right? There's only, like, 20,000 to 60,000 species of birds, as compared to, like, fucking, like, you know, hundreds of thousands of canids and, like, mammals in general. So, like, birds are rare. Birds are rarer because they have a different personality than, like, dog people or, like, weasels, or I see a lot of skunks now. I see a lot of sharks, a lot of dragons. I'd say anyone who is a dragon furry could just as well be a bird furry, honestly. There's dog furries, bird furries, dragon furries, shark furries, fox furries, and hyena furries. Those are like the big archetypes, basically. I don't know why. Oh, absolutely there's aquatic furries. Like, I used to hang out with mostly shark and dragon furries back in my dark days of, like, Second Life. Snail furry, that's interesting. Snurry. Leech furry.
Yeah.
Do they just constantly ask for free art?
No. No.
Got it. Snurry.
Sorry. No.
It's terrible. Alright. Ah! Unseen but don't hurt. I'm gonna get one take in on this, just so I can fuck with it. clipped all that. Let's do it again without clipping.
And AXES unseen but done and heard. A 45 cat plays major thirds. Your soul soars to planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. AXES on Saturn and third are bent in a major third. Now they're pawn, the player or a dog. No, you are the universe. God chose you planet Earth, but God gave me Jupiter.
There we go. Yeah, mantis furries, bug furries are a thing. Also, welcome Wilk. It says I should break, and that's probably a good idea. My voice is fucking giving out. Oh my god. So, welcome, to the, it's been fucking, what have I been doing this for, 2 years? And I've been doing this for 2 years, I just got shit figured out. Just got shit, like, in the past, like, couple of months, just got shit figured out. The first 2 years were just warm-up, right? Now we have 3 cameras, cue cards, fan art showcase, a schedule. God damn it. If you want to keep me doing this, go to case.dog/Patreon and consider pledging $1 per song. You can get stuff early. If you pledge $4, you get the stuff that I work on stream, like the day after I do it. So. Taking cool bugs and mixing them with something because I can't stick to one species like a normal person. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I like the idea of, like, you take one species, and then you take the patterns of, like, a more colorful species, and then you put it over that other animal. I like doing that with 2 bland animals. That's kind of how I, like, picture a lot of my OCs in my head. Let's go. I don't want to look up, like, bugs, like, on the stream, because that's weird.
I'm sorry.
No. Don't be sorry, you didn't fucking... Like, I was just thinking to myself, like, I want to go look up some mantises. And then I was like, it's probably not a good idea. As someone who keeps a ton of mantises, bug furries are best furries. Ooh.
You keep a ton of mantises?
Mantises.
Mantis.
Manti.
Mantis.
I want mantises? Would it be?
Mantids.
Hang on. Mantids?
That's what it's, that's the, yeah.
I thought that was like,
I'm pretty sure.
like the type,
I don't know.
like referring to multiple species.
I don't know.
Where the fuck is my portfolio? Okay. So on, so I'm here on break. So I got the Crow's Eye is out. Can I just go there? No. So you can get Crow's Eye merch. Let's go to there we go. So you can get like navy stuff with the Crow's Eye on it, or you could get a bunch of these accessories with the Crow's Eye on it. I'm gonna be doing this with basically all of the archetype OCs, which I will be showing more of. And there's a jack-o'-lantern one that's gonna come back. And then I'm working on some Crow's Eye art, and I don't know when I want to launch the they thing, because I feel like I should, like, canonically put it in the Etceteraverse before I launch it. But once I do, they merch will be available. And that'll be That'll be on everything. Would you ever consider turning album covers from your earlier stuff into posters? Absolutely. There's gonna be a, I'm calling it like the High End Case Resurgence. It's gonna start in summer. And basically, instrumentals, old demo versions, physical releases, and more of that stuff will be available through Bandcamp and through other means, as well as like merch for it. I'm gonna be doing I'm gonna be doing an acoustic album in the theater with videos and stuff. I was just talking with my dad about how to will there be CDs? Yes, I will have physical CDs. I'll have physical booklets. I wonder if that's on the drive, because I could actually go and no, it's not on this one. But there will be physical CDs with booklets that have lyrics in them. And the lyrics will be correct, I swear to God. And I will, I'm initially doing this for a Patreon merch tier. I'm gonna be running contests, and I'm gonna find out other ways that, I can distribute these things. I have to just make sure that all the stuff that I want to put on the physical releases actually fits onto the CD. That's the only thing I gotta make sure. But that'll be up. The demo and earlier versions, like YouTube versions of the songs before, like, you know, the album versions, will be up for, like, there will be, like, private versions of those that you can download in full. There will be instrumental versions of the albums that will be digital and streamable. Those will go up on Spotify if people just want to have some instrumental pop-punk bullshit to blast in the background. That'll be a thing. What's another update, little update thing that I can talk about? I think I know. Ah. Fuck. So I have a banjo. I'm sorry about your face. I'm sorry about the blood. You should go clean that up. You should... Talking about it is not gonna help. You should go clean that up. Go mend that wound. I can't do anything from here. Chat can't do anything for you. I'm so sorry. Yeah, there it is. I don't know how to... So, banjos are strung really weird. Damn it. Fuck. Man. This string here is especially on this one, is kind of a bitch to tune. Also, Wilk, I hope you don't mind. I showed off some of that Drek you were working on earlier. Also, there's this drone string that I just still haven't figured out. Oh, shit. Streamlink in the tweet gave an invalid response. That's weird. That's strange. I thought I just posted, like, case dot... Let me go fix that. That's weird.
For me. Huh.
Yeah, it's working. Weird. Anyway, enough of the banjo. I'm gonna run through the fan art showcase again just to, there's more people here. And also, that's what my cue card says. So, earlier I put out an April Fool's thing, and some people, it's just basically me doing a fake out AKB entry intro, and some people who heard it decided that it would be funny to, especially Sawed Off Sondheim, just drew some of the fucking dialogue before Jupiter Jericho shows up and just sucks Karkat into a harmonic pit of death. So we have this from Sawed Off Sondheim, and it's just this back and forth. And then Eon also drew this fucking Spider-Man thing. They memified this. Anyway. You got me good with that? I'm glad. There were two waves of it. There was one that went up on the PAR site being like, hey, entry's up early. And then there's another one that went up on AKB. But Eon did this this meme, and Eon also drew some good ass tinted fan art of Casey and JC. These dogs' hair. Anyway, thank you Eon for both the meme and the serious art, and thank you to Sawed Off Sondheim for your memes. And then Jax, who's relatively new to the chat, drew a sketch of Jupiter Jericho, and that's fucking cool. And then Wilk, who's in the chat, designed a goddamn Drek based on pheasant, lady, what was the name of the bird? What is the name of the fucking bird? Lady Amherst's? Yeah. Yeah, it's you. And this looks cool as fuck, especially the bright one. I love it. Yeah. Fuck yeah. I love seeing these Drek designs. Bring back bird dragons. God damn it. The Anunnaki will rise again. And then this, I really love the pose that you did for this, Wilk. It's awesome. It's very like, yeah, fuck you. I dig it. I dig these so much. Thank you so much. And then it cycles through. So thank you guys who have art this week. This is awesome. Let's go back to banjo. Just make up colors then. Make up colors for the owls. Hope you take care of that cut. God. See you around. Alright, that's enough banjo. I should learn more about the banjo before I try to do this. So let's go into the tracks. And I can explain all the stuff that's going on here. Okay. So, I have, this is pretty simple. There is the clav. So, what are the layers here? So, the first thing is, so the first thing, enough banjo more kazooie, oh my god. The first thing here is this distorted clavalier, which I can open this instrumental. That's... I think at this point this is low enough that I could switch this an octave up. So let's do that.
And AXES unseen but done and heard.
So that's this little I like clavs. They're let's find out. Ooh, what is sitar tone? Ooh. Yeah. Let's hear how this sounds with this.
AXES unseen but done and heard. A 45 cat plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances.
Let's make it wider.
And AXES unseen but done.
Alright, so then the other layer that comes in that's higher is doubling this an octave up with a piano. Yeah, so that gives a little like belly kind of sound.
He's unseen but done and heard. A 45 cat plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. And AXES unseen.
And then I have a bass line that is stabbed on harpsichord, and then doubled with like a sub bass, so the harpsichord sounds like. And then the plucked sub bass. Oh wait, is that using E64? Oh, okay, it's using massive, so it's not playing. Well, damn. There's a sub bass, but it's using a plugin that I do not have on this computer, so I can't. It's just a really low, like, growl that doubles this.
He's unseen but done and heard. A 45 cat plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. AXES on Saturn and third are bent in a major third.
And then the bass is doubled by a string section. Doing staccatos. And then I have this this like drony synth up top. And that's sidechained with the drums. And this is a sequence I threw together. This drum sequence is something that I threw together with I think that's just that with and then I built in you know, some extra claps and stuff. Extra snares. And then there's this tom beat, I think. I kind of want to build that into like actual toms. I was thinking of doing some like vocal samples, just like oh, like some O screams that I could layer, and haze, stuff like that. But this basically, you know, there's these layers and they kind of switch from on to off, and there's a tail fill that happens, and that's all the same one right now. I'm gonna change it to be different ones as I go and mix.
He's unseen but done and heard. A 45 cat plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. AXES on Saturn and third are bent in a major third. Now the pawn, the player or a dog. No, you are the universe. God shows you planet Earth, but God gave me
then this is just cut out of the clav melody of the original thing, of the full thing, just kind of with some parts muted. Let's fuck around with that a little bit. Wow, can't play chords. Right. Kids do that sometimes for attention. Alright, cool. Is that not plugged in? I don't even really need that, but... Oh, is the strip not plugged in?
No, it is plugged in. It's just...
Is the cable itself, like the charger cable, plugged into the block, right?
Oh. There we go.
Okay. God damn it. That happens all the time.
Mystery solved.
Yeah. And just to say this, like, my, like, personal experience whenever people want to, like, nonchalantly and jokingly kind of say stuff like that and then wait for a response means that they're trying to turn the whole, like, stream into, something focused on that. And it's not, it usually doesn't mean anything, and it's using a really, like, serious threat to kind of bait attention, and especially if someone says they're leaving and then waits around for a response after saying something like that. I don't play those kinds of games. That's super disrespectful, and that's just really immature, and I don't want to engage in that on the stream. So if you're feeling bad about stuff, you should talk to somebody about it. But please don't make threats like that just nonchalantly on my stream and think that that's okay. Just gonna throw that out there. Yeah. One of the things I regret about smoke damage getting big is there's a lot of people that, you know, there's kids in a certain age range that think that suicide's a meme, and it's funny. It's not. It was someone who was like, long. You know, I'm just not gonna go back into it. You didn't miss much. I'm just working on chords. Clav camera. Huh. Missing a bar.
AXES unseen but done and heard. A 45 cat plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. AXES on Saturn and third are bent in a major third. Now
That's the chord that goes under this. Give me a count in. Alright. So here's a little quick mix tip. Here's a tip for just like pads and stuff like this. I usually have in a separate bus, I usually have a thing called a widener. And all this is a bus with a chorus that is usually, like, it's pretty low on this one, but I'm gonna crank it. I'm gonna crank it to, like, set to a pretty fast rate with a pretty decent intensity and mixed all the way up. So I'm gonna turn D mode off so I can mix it all the way up. So the idea behind that is that you have one bus that is sort of like another, like, alternate dimension that you can send stuff to. And so if I do that on vocals up here, bus 3 is widen. So if I go and I play this vocal track here, this is clean without effects.
An AXES unseen but done and heard. A 4-5 gap plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter.
So that's a preliminary vocal, and it's just, you know, slammed. It's got some compression on it to cut the lows. Let's actually get a little more of that in there. So this isn't really super processed besides just EQ and compression, and some pitch correction. But let's say that we want to put actual effects on it. Usually how you give things space is you have like an ambient reverb. So I'm gonna turn that up, and like short ambient reverb usually sounds like this.
An AXES unseen but done and heard. A 4-5 gap plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. AXES on Saturn and third.
So yeah, you can find like a short like plate reverb or something that's set to long ambience. Let's give me like a short clear vocal plate. Let's replace that.
These unseen but done and heard. A 4-5 gap plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter.
So that's just like a, a thing to pad the vocal behind it. If you want to have a huge room, if you want to give something like huge, a bunch of space, usually you have a longer verb, and that sounds like this with it.
An AXES unseen but done and heard. A 4-5 gap plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth.
And that's just what Logic's put in there by default. It's the like a 1.6 second reverb.
But it dances on Jupiter, axes on Saturn and third, our band in a major third, not a pawn, a player or a dog, no, you are the universe.
So that's interesting, but it makes you sound like a cathedral. Let's say you want to sound like a cathedral in another dimension, then you add the widener, which if I'm gonna turn it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna, or no, let's play it. I'll gradually turn it up as I play it.
Axes unseen but done and heard. A 4 to 5 gap plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. Axes on Saturn and third. Our band in a major third. Not a pawn, a player or a dog. No, you are the universe.
And it just adds this like shakiness to it. Like, so if you have that combined with, say, a short reverb, and a long reverb.
Player or a dog, no, you are the universe.
Then you have this kind of big...
God shows you planet Earth, but God gave me Jupiter.
So that's a widener effect, and that's how it sounds on vocals. But usually I add it to other pads and stuff just to give them more oomph. I also tend to add it to bass. Because another feature of the widener is that I don't like to widen like low end signal. I like to keep it to high end. So I have a single EQ here that cuts off at 230 hertz. So that's going to take out all of your bass frequencies. So if I have this bassy harpsichord that I'm using for like bass hits, now that takes the high, like shimmery overtones of the bass hits and spreads them out and makes them shaky. And so now you have this bigger... Oh. Up. Sound's going nuts. System overload. Sorry. Alright, and then what I'm also going to do is add it to the pad. And so now it's got this kind of like drony, buzzy, sort of shaky feel to it. And it kind of does a little bit of a pan oscillation. You can do different kinds of modulation for this. Let's play the bass, the pad, and the vocals together.
These unseen but done and heard. A 4 to 5 gap plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. Axes on Saturn and third. Our band in a major third. Not a pawn, a player or a dog. No, you are the universe. He's unseen but done and heard. A 45 gap plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. Axes on Saturn and third are bent in a major third.
So that's using a flanger instead of a chorus. You could also use, let's say, a phaser.
He's unseen but done and heard. A 45 gap plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. Axes on Saturn and third are bent in a major third. Not a pawn, a player, or a dog. No, you are the universe.
Alright, and let's turn this
Major
back.
thirds, your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. Axes on Saturn and third are bent in a major third. Not a pawn, a player, or a dog. No, you are the universe. God shows you planet Earth, but God gave me Jupiter.
So that's that. That's how you widen things. So let's hear how this sounds like big.
He's unseen but done and heard. A 45 gap plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. Axes on Saturn and third are bent in a major third. Not a pawn, a player, or a dog. No, you are the universe. God shows you planet Earth, but God gave me Jupiter.
And that's how I do that. That's basically the sound of everything that I do. There's, you know, different kinds of delays and reverbs in the background. Then I always have a widener. Sometimes I have two. Sometimes I'll have one for bass and instruments and one for just the vocals to go crazy. Usually backup vocals get sent more to the widener, and then I'll have automation on the lead vocals. So if I want to punch, like, say I want this to be, let's latch this. So say I want this to be pretty low for the chorus.
He's unseen but done and heard. A 45 gap plays major thirds. Your soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. Axes on Saturn and third are bent in a major third. Not a pawn, a player, or a dog. No, you are the universe.
Now, the other component of this is that you have to make sure that everything that comes out of this is an even volume. So usually what you want to do is add a compressor to this, and I'll add a mid-side compressor. I'm going to couple them for now just so I can get it to where I want it to be. And I try to just compress the whole fucking signal. I'm not going to do auto gain. You try to get the whole signal, and you try to get it, you know, pretty even and mellow. I want to give it a relatively fast attack and a relatively long release so that it has the, you know, so it's not like pumping and jarring. What I can also do is I could side chain it if I so chose. But with the side channel, I do want it to have a little bit more volume, like dynamics, and so I'm going to lower the ratio a bit, and then raise the threshold a tiny bit, and so that way everything that comes out of this is going to be a bit more even. Oh, I forgot to uncouple. Damn. Bring up the ratio, bring down the threshold. All right. And now the difference between the quiet and the loud signals should be a bit different, and I can change the level once I hear it.
And Axes unseen but done and heard. A 45 gap plays major thirds. Your soul shows shows you planet Earth, but God gave me Jupiter.
Right.
Soul shows you planet Earth, but it dances on Jupiter. Axes on Saturn and third, orbit in a major third. Now the pawn, the player, or a dog. No, you are the universe.
So now that's a bit more controlled, so it's not gonna like leap out at you when the effect gets turned up too high. But that's the widener. That's a quick tip for just adding like weird flair to vocals and instruments in a way that affects them all the same. It's like an alternate dimension. If you use relatively few buses for mixing, you can sort of create tones of different like dimensions that you're sending your sounds to. So I can have all of my so I can have a lot of signal going to one room, a lot of signal going to another room, and a lot of signal just going into the tritone asteroid belt in another goddamn dimension and getting fucked up there. And that's how the widener works. Treat some crazy effects just like you treat delay or reverb buses. Send everything to them. Don't be afraid. We have computers. We can do anything. Usually I have the frequency turned up faster because it tends to accentuate the like grit in voices that slams against the compressor sometimes, and it'll add just a little bit of inharmonicity to like back up some screamier stuff, so it sounds harsher when I need it to. But yeah, it is 8:02. Which means that I should be wrapping this up. I'm gonna let's just double this hook a couple times. I will get a work in progress up tomorrow for patrons, and I will hopefully have this track done next week. Yeah. And I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to have more announcements about the merch and the other stuff that's coming out. And, yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Thanks for coming in at the very end, Eli. Yeah, have a good weekend. I will see you guys on Sunday. Jared will probably also be here, and we're gonna jam for you guys on stream, and that'll be fun. But thank you guys for the fan art. Thank you guys for showing up and chatting. Thank you guys for you know, for some of you that came in extra early and heard me singing fucking Sarah Bareilles to warm up. Thanks for being there. But I will see you guys Sunday. I said that 3 times now. See you around. Good luck. Keep climbing. Don't look down. Be excellent to each other.